Welcome to the A2Z Roofing Podcast. We're all about treating our customers like family, and today, you're part of our family. Now, here's your A2Z team.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the A2Z Roofing Podcast. I'm your co-host, Jeremy Wolf, and I'm joined by your hosts, Adrian and Christine Zullo. Guys, good to see you again so soon. Actually, we just finished up another segment, and we were actually talking about considerations when deciding to do roof repairs versus actual replacing the entire roof. So once someone has made the decision to pull the trigger and go ahead with a full total roof replacement, bypass the repairs and just get it done, how should a homeowner evaluate, I don't know, the cost or benefits of reusing accessories versus investing in new ones? Because I know there's things like gutters, skylights, vents, and things like that I guess theoretically could be reused. And I remember when I redid my roof on my previous house, my first question was, you're not going to throw those gutters out, right? Can we reuse those? And they said, oh no, it's best to probably, just get new ones. And it was actually a big project. So it was a big investment. And I remember weighing the decision whether or not I should do that. What are your guys' thoughts on this? Please share.
Me? I'll go. So for me, when you're replacing the roof, I think it's just better to clean slate it, take everything off. Let's replace the skylights. Cause the skylight that you have on is 5-6 years old, but you put a new one on versus keeping your original one on. It's not worth the risk of, hey, we can guarantee the roof, but not guarantee this location. And with your vents and everything, it's more cost. I know it's not in the long run, it would be more cost effective to go ahead and replace everything to avoid future problems. As far as your gutters, we like to remove them all to expose everything. Because what we have found in the past is homeowners have tried to save their gutters. We replaced their roof. And then a year later, they removed their gutters because they don't like the way it looks. And they discovered rotted fascia board underneath it, where then it gets very expensive to replace the rotted fascia board after the fact versus during the project of the replacement.
Right. And you're cutting into a new roof also. So, you want to leave the roof intact as much as possible as to not compromise anything. I think also too, especially with gutters, the material, the aluminum is soft. Yes. So to try to work around that, you have ladders, you have all the guys that are on the roof tearing off, nailing, you have your equipment to high surface, things fall off and dents occur. So even if we are trying to work around it, there are little dings that happen, just through construction. And so it's really hard not to damage or ding and leave it as beautiful and as intact as it is aesthetically.
I always compare it to, you get someone into your house to paint the walls in your house, but I don't want to do the baseboards or the doors. Mm-hmm. And then when everything is painted, you're like, my God, the baseboards and the doors look like.
What was I thinking?
Right.
What was I thinking?
That's so funny. That was actually going to be my next question. You keep doing this. You keep answering the next question I have. I was just going to say, I'm guilty. I think we all are, right? To some degree. I always, every time I'm doing a construction project, whatever it is, in the moment, I'm always looking for the best way to save money. And I'm always thinking, well, if I do this and maybe I just don't do this, I could save money here and there. But looking back at it years down the road, you always say, man, I should have just done it all. And I think the same goes for doing the roof, right? If it's such a big investment for most homes. I mean, you're talking about $20,000, $30,000, $50,000, $100,000 in some cases. I know if you're going to make that investment, you might as well do it right and replace the gutters and do everything that comes with that. So also there's the aesthetics, right? Like if you're going to, you want to make sure that whatever your accessories you're putting up there are going to match whatever kind of new roof you're putting on the house, right?
Exactly.
A question for you. Does saving and reusing accessories compromise, aside from the fascia board that might be damaged that you didn't see, Is there any long-term durability or what's the word I'm looking for? Does it compromise the long-term durability of the actual roof itself, other than the fascia board that you mentioned? Are there any other considerations there, or not so much?
Well, yeah, it does, only because if you try to reuse your skylights, there's already fasteners that have gone through there. So now you're removing old fasteners. You're trying to get the flashings completely cleaned, which is almost impossible in those situations. And then you're putting new fasteners into new holes, but covering the old holes with your material. So it is a compromised area.
Have you encountered, I know I talked about my personal issues with past projects and things like that. Have you encountered instances with your clients, with homeowners, that regretted not saving certain accessories, or vice versa, when they made the decision to replace everything? What are some experiences you've had?
For example, with the gutters, like I said, hey, we decided to change our gutters out because it didn't look right. We didn't paint our baseboards and doors. Now we're going to replace the gutters to make it match the rest of the house. And we found all this rotted wood where it would have cost $8-9 a linear foot to change out, versus, okay, now this is a $1,500 area and this is a $1,300 area. And it happened too often, to the point where we said enough's enough. Let's just take it off, expose everything. It's in the best interest of the client.
Yeah. Yeah. And those homeowners, they're sweet. They call and they go, we know you told us, yes. We know, but we need a quote for this. And it hurts us because when we, at least our company, when we finish a replacement with our warranties, we're like, okay, we'll see you, hopefully
Never.
We don't have to see you in 10 years, we'll see you when you need a new roof in 20, 25 years or whatnot. Or when you buy your new home or whatever it is.
Or like a charity event. We don't want to see you for a problem.
Right. We don't want to see you for a problem. And we don't want to see you have to come back and, spend more money on things like that. Obviously maintenance wise, that's something different. But they are cute when they are like, I know you told us, but we took it off and here it is. And they kind of like come like a little kid with their head down. So
sorry. And we're gentle. We don't stick it to them,
Yeah.
And we're as gentle as possible, but we got to make sure we cover our costs at the end of the day when we get those phone calls.
Yeah.
And I hate it.
And I think with like gutters too, they'll say, well, can we just reuse them? We're not a gutter company. We have, we refer that out. And it's just been our experience that gutters can't really be saved. Once they, they're designed that once they go in, the way their spikes go in, it's to be installed. Once they come out, they kind of bend, they move.
Well, it's not even that either. It's also, it almost costs the same to drop them, put them off to the side, and reinstall them, rather than just tearing them off.
New ones.
Right.
Yeah.
And the integrity hasn't been compromised.
Yeah. So, just everyone out there, you hear that when you're looking to replace your roof, just replace the gutters too.
Just do it all. Expose everything. Let's get everything out there. Let's see exactly what we're dealing with. Let's solve any problems that you've had in the past. Let's beef up the problem areas and let's move forward.
Yeah, I'm saying that out loud partially to myself, just so, because I know when I get in these situations, I'm going through a complete home remodel renovation now. And I had the opportunity to do it when I didn't live here, when it was being rented. And then when the renters left and we were transitioning in, and it was that same thing, right? Started with the plumbing. I know we talked about that. I had a plumber come by and said, you really need to replace the pipes. I was like, well, how much is that going to cost? I said, no, just fix this here and here. What do I have to do? Full house repipe while I'm living here. And now we're doing all the work that we should have done when it was empty. But another lesson learned, we'll chalk that up as a life experience.
Right.
Yes. You won't make that mistake again.
Make better decisions moving forward.
So the ones that cost you the most, right?
Yeah. No, you got to look at that, right? When you make some questionable decisions, you got to look back at it and say, there was a reason why I made that decision. It's going to help me save a lot in the future.
We have a good friend. We have a good friend. Their parent lives by the saying, buy once, cry once, meaning pay for the good stuff now so you don't have to worry about it in the future, or you're going to buy it multiple times and cry every time you buy it.
So true. So true. Anything else you guys would like to share surrounding this specific topic?
No, I'm good. Anything else?
No, that's it. Just when you're doing a roof, look at all the accessories, look at all the factors, make sure that all of that's going to be counted for. That's it.
All right. Sounds good. Guys, always a pleasure. Look forward to seeing you next time. And to our listeners, thanks for tuning in. And we will catch you all next time. Everyone, have a wonderful day.
Have a great week, everyone. Bye.
All right. Bye, guys.
Thank you for joining us on another episode of the A2Z Roofing Podcast. We hope you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of roofing and that you're leaving with valuable insights and ideas to enhance your roofing projects. For more information, visit A2ZRoofingExperts.com or call 954-22-ROOFS. That's 954-227-6637.